Hello everyone, I am Manohar Kumar, Assistant Professor of English from Government College Devgarh. As you know, last few days we have been studying the poem Elegy written in a Country Churchyard composed by Thomas Gray. As you know, this is one of the greatest elegies in English literature. And a most typical poem of Thomas Gray. In this elegy, we have discussed 27th stanzas of this poem, and today we are going to study the 28th and 29th stanzas of this poem. In the previous stanzas, we discussed that the grey-haired villager informed the enquirer, and in the reply of this in the reply of the preceding stanza, continuing in the 28th and 29th stanza of this poem. In the previous stanza, we discussed that the grey-haired villager informing the inquirer about the uh, the melancholic mood of the poet, and the where Thomas Gray was in habit of roaming about near the wood there. While walking about, he used to speak out his fantastic notions to himself. As he walked, he sometimes smiled scornfully, and sometimes he looked sorrowful and pale, with his head hanging downwards like a man who is lonely and friendless, or like a man who is tormented by some anxiety, or like one who is completely frustrated in love. So, in this stanza, the characteristics of Thomas Gray can be noticed. Thomas Gray was the man of melancholic nature. So, his own mood is correctly described here. Now, today we are going to the following stanza of this poem. One morn I missed him on the customed hill, along the heath and near his favorite tree. Another came, nor yet beside the rill, nor up the lawn, nor at the wood was he. So, again, continuing his reply, the grey-haired villager will say to his inquirer and say, one morning I missed him. I failed to see him, missed him, Thomas Gray. Next, one morning I failed, I means the grey-haired villager, the hoary-headed swan. The grey-haired villager one morning failed to see Thomas Gray on the customed hill. Customed hill means on the usual hill where generally the poet was seen, but today he was not there. I missed him. Along the heath, along the heath means uncultivated land and near his favorite tree. His favorite tree, near his favorite beech tree. Another came. Another came means another morning I came, but he was not there. The poet, the man was missing. So the grey haired villager informs the inquirer that when the next morning, when I came there, the poet was not there, nor yet beside the rill. He was not near the stream. I did not see him beside the stream, his favorite place, nor up the lawn. He was nor not at the lawn, nor at the wood was he, nor he was not at lawn, and nor at the wood was he, and he was not at wood. So, in this stanza, the man was missing. Continuing his reply, the hoary headed swan will say to his inquirer, one day I failed to see that man, Thomas Gray, the poet. I did not see him at any of the places he was accustomed to visit. He was habitual to visit. He was not seen on the hill or on the open heath or beneath his loved beech tree or by the side of stream or on the upland lawn or near the wood. The next morning came, but still Thomas Gray did not appear. So I wondered what had happened to him. The idea is that the villager would tell the visitor that Thomas Gray was dead. The poet is here referring to his own death. The poet here talks about his own death. So, in this stanza, the poet was missing means the poet was dead. Thomas Gray was dead. He was no more now. So, here the poet refers his own death. Now, in the next stanza, the next with dirges due in shade airy, slow through the churchway path we saw him borne. Approach and read, for thou can read the lay graved on the stone beneath yon edged thorn. The next means the next day. The next day, the dirge means funeral song, sad songs. The dirges due in sad airy. Due in sad airy means funeral procession. Airy means funeral procession. Slow through the church way path we saw him borne. Borne means carried. Approach and read, for thou can read. You can read the lay. Lay means the poem, the song. Graved means engraved. Carved on the stone beneath yon edged thorn. Beneath yon edged thorn means under that ancient hawthorn tree. So, this stanza is also the belongs to the death and funeral procession of Thomas Gray. Here, the grey-haired man informing the inquirer that The grey-haired Swan has told his questioner that one day Thomas Gray failed to appear at his usual haunts. The next day, the dead body of Gray was being carried slowly in sad procession. The next day, with dirge means with funeral songs, due in sad air means with in funeral procession, slow through the churchway में towards churchyard. We saw him born. We saw him uh, carried slowly in a sad procession. The grey-haired villager says the next day the dead body of Gray was seen being carried slowly in a sad procession with the mourners singing funeral songs befitting the occasion. The body was taken to the churchyard where under an ancient hawthorn tree. Beneath yon thorn means under an ancient hawthorn tree. The body was taken to the churchyard where under an ancient hawthorn tree it was buried. The Swan then invites the questioner to approach the grave and read the epitaph engraved upon it, because the questioner, being an educated man, will be able to read and appreciate the inscription. So here the villager invites the inquirer that, for thou can read, you are educated man, so you can read the lay means the poem, the song engraved on the tombstone of Thomas Gray. Beneath yon thorn means under the ancient hawthorn tree where the tombstone of Thomas Gray was engraved, the song, the poem, so you can read them. You can read the poem, you can read the engraved stone, because you are an educated man. So it was the elegy of Thomas Gray, and now the epitaph is remaining. The epitaph is inscribed on tomb in the memory of Thomas Gray. So the poet means to say is that one day he too would die and be buried in the same churchyard. The epitaph which he has written for himself would be inscribed on his tomb. So the epitaph is remaining part of this poem, and the epitaph we will discuss in our next lesson. Thank you for today.